Why are some people waking up every single day just to talk about Black Americans? At this point, it's not an opinion, it's an obsession. And this lady in this video, loud, confident, and completely wrong. Almost every day, we see white creators talking down on Black Americans. Rarely do you see Black Americans waking up to criticize other cultures, identity, or history. So why is there this daily fiction? Do they think we don't know about their history? The confidence in being loud and wrong lately has been shocking. The internet reacted. TikTok is in its full reaction mode. People are stitching her videos, correcting misinformations, and pointing out contradiction. The bigger picture, Black Americans are not staying silent. They are standing on their ground, responding with facts, history, and confidence. I have gathered some reactions because this isn't just about one video. It's a pattern we keep seeing online. But before we get into this, my name is Faith and you're welcome back to Chat with Faith. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you found this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a conversation. And as always, credit goes to original creators for every single clip used in this episode. This video is for educational purpose and awareness. It is not meant to hate or discriminate against anyone. The goal is to discuss real challenges and perspective openly and respectfully. We've got more clips and conversation coming your way, so stay tuned. Let's chat.
Question, if we're supposed to pay reparations, let's just say we are, how can you be sure that you descended from slaves if you don't even know who your dad is?
Mayonnaise Barbie, please. Not today. It's still Black History Month, and you guys are doing your darndest to be idiots.
Shut up, you! Shut up!
If you need, I can put up a collection plate at church for you and your fellow Klansmen to wear your white hoods in private and maybe get a fucking clue or read a history book. But what do you mean? How would I know that I am a descendant of slavery? What do you mean? This, my friend, is why Trump said he loves the poorly educated and the poorly educated love him. This, my friend, is why the right-wing grift is so strong, because the people who are agreeing with you also don't know how fucking moronic you sound. This, my friend, even as a human, as an American white human, you are fully aware of why Black people exist in this country. So to make this statement, to try to gain favor with the anti-Black movement happening because you're anti-everything not white right now, you make yourself look dumb. Like you make it, like what? And to go on and feed into the, oh, we don't have fathers trope. We know you do, and your father is probably your father and your cousin. Your husband probably is the one that encouraged you to make this video. I'm not even going to get into why there's a high level of fatherlessness in the Black community and what the United States government has to do and having a hand in that part of the culture. I won't even get into it. I won't even justify that response. I just wanted to let you know you are a fucking moron, and that at the end of the day, the right-wing grift will only last so long. It will only last so long. That's what all these people are doing. All these people are making money. They're making money, bro. If I didn't have a spine or wasn't raised right by my parents or didn't have any fucking sense, maybe I'd do that too. But there's a bunch of coons who are doing it, and I know they're making a lot of money. But you guys are now circling the block and you're sounding dumb. Before, you could put some plausible ideas together that will make somebody go, But to ask a Black American how they know they are a descendant of slavery, I fear the right has become the same snowflake people that they swore everybody else were, and you guys just sound dumb. It's not even like, it's sad. Fucking losers. Losers.
So the topic of where Black Americans come from is back. Okay, people are asking, where do y'all come from? No, wait, where's your mom from? No, wait, where's your grandpa from? They all from America, man. It's not that hard to understand, all right? We've been here since 1619, and if you really think about it, we are the most American people in America, okay?
Before, you're more American than anyone because you don't have any other identity. Yeah. Actually, your entire identity is American-based. That's not the case of anyone else. I'm Irish American. I'm German American. I'm Italian American. I'm Jewish American. I'm this or that, the other. You can say African American, but you don't know anything about Africa. You don't even know which part of Africa. Africans don't call themselves that because I know my tribe. I have my language. I have my region, my country, my whatever. Like me saying European American. I'm not European. I'm specifically Irish and German. But you can't say that. You are American. You're the original Americans. You know, everyone else is immigrants. You can't even be called immigrants. You know, you're originally American, and your culture is as close to being the indigenous culture of America as there can be without you being the indigenous people. You know, you're the indigenous people of the entity called America, called the United States of America. Everything else came from elsewhere. Your culture is the only one that came from right there because you were cut off from everything else. You know, there's nobody else like that. There's nobody else like that in the world. There's no other culture like that in the world.
Now, after watching that, the topic is no longer up for discussion. My man answered every single question, okay? That's the God's honest truth, and he speaks way better than I do. So that's why I had to show you that. All you Caribbeans, all you Africans, all you UK blacks, all of y'all. The discussion has ended, okay? Y'all know where we from. You guys know our heritage. You copy our heritage, which is cool. We all black, but just stop questioning us. Give us props. Show us the proper respect so that we can show you the proper respect, right? So the next time one of you think you're gonna ask a black American where they come from, no, where you actually come from. The big bad USA, okay? Generation after generation after generation after generation. It's not that hard to explain. Matter of fact, if you're still confused, go watch Roots. Matter of fact, the newer one, the one that came out in 2016 with T.I., I love that movie. And look at the difference between Fiddler and Kuta, Fiddler and Giddy Man. Look at how they was making fun of them, because it's a fucking difference, okay? Even at that point, we already had been here for 10 generations. Way back when they shot Roots, or not when they shot Roots, but when it was supposed to be shot. There's a huge difference, okay? We've been here, we ain't going nowhere. USA is our home, man. It's not that hard to understand.
Black Americans, you know your history. You know exactly where you're from. Don't ever let anyone convince you that you don't. And this is coming from me, someone who, my mother, that lady, is from Guyana. My father, American. My mother's mother, indigenous to Guyana. My mother's father got to Guyana via the transatlantic slave trade at the same time that my American father's ancestors got to the United States of America via the transatlantic slave trade. Would you look at that? I was having a conversation with someone today, and she was talking about traveling overseas and how much shame she sometimes feels when people are like, no, where are you really from? And she doesn't have an answer to give. No, you absolutely have an answer to give. The answer that you have to give is that you are from America. My father's family, yeah, my grandma on that side, she still lives in the same town in which our ancestors were enslaved and then became sharecroppers. I could tell you exactly how my family got to Southern California on both sides. One of those sides includes a lot of travel around the United States of America. The only reason why people across the diaspora refuse to accept that Black Americans are American is because our country is primarily white. Let me say that. Again, being from a primarily white country influences others across the diaspora to believe that you are not really from there. But if we have been here 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 generations, just like my Guyanese family has been there 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 generations, you're gonna tell me I'm more Guyanese than I am American when I grew up in America? Be real. Black people, American Black people, you know exactly where you come from. Don't forget it.
That a lot of Black Americans don't have is a sense of knowing where you come from.
I want y'all to stop saying this expeditiously, please. Black Americans know where they're from, America, and that is okay. It is more than enough to be from America. We are our own ethnic group. We have our own language, AAVE, food, culture, music, all the things that make you an ethnic group. If a person claims to be from Jamaica, you don't question that. You accept that answer, which is ironic because guess what? Black people are not native to the island of Jamaica. In fact, their ancestors came to that island at the same time that my ancestors came to America. But because we are a minority in this country, you dismiss our contributions to the culture and the American fabric. We are part of this country and how we built it. We built it for free, first of all. And when we start saying these things, y'all, we are dismissing the Black American contribution. You are implying that our roots here are not very strong. If a white person tells you that I'm American, you don't question that either. You don't say, but where in Europe are you from? You accept that. Accept our answer as well. The part that I want people to hone in on is that there's a part of this country that is always trying to undercut the history and the contributions of Black Americans. And so that we as other cousins in the diaspora should not feed into that. It is the same, it's the other side of the coin of saying, go back to Africa where you're from, when my ancestors built this country. So I want us to be okay with answers like, I'm from America, by way of Tennessee, Mississippi, Missouri. Those answers are enough.
This is how y'all be sounding. We was the original trees. We didn't come from Africa. We was the original trees. And my dad had talked to his grandfather, and his grandfather had said to his sister's cousin, uncle's grandfather, he used to have leaves for hair. He used to have leaves for hair, and see, and it'll be somebody else on here that goes, yeah, because I remember my auntie, grand uncle, his birth certificate, we did our genealogy, his birth certificate had bark. It had bark on it because we was copper colored, but we was bark colored. We was bark colored too. And it'll be like a bunch of people in the comments, y'all ain't know that already? Y'all didn't know that already? You didn't know we was trees? I been known we was the original trees. But see, brother, we was more than the original trees. We the foundational original trees. And it'll be zero sources, and it'll be a million people in the comments going, wow. I always felt we was the original trees. Oh my God. We was trees. We was the original trees. Nah, I always knew we wasn't from Africa.
When some Black people come on my post and say that we are the original Americans and how Black Americans or most Black Americans don't have any ancestry from Africa, I always think to myself, you cannot assume that me and you are the same because we look alike. I can trace my ancestry back to Africa. Yours, you may say, can't be. That's your business. I want to be clear. I am an African American / Black American. My ancestors are from Africa. Yes, I do have some indigenous ancestry, but the overarching genetic composition is from Africa. All in all, what I'm trying to say is it's not appropriate for you to assume that I don't know where I come from. Why do it's not enlightening. It's not admirable nor endearing. It's highly inappropriate. Stop doing that. If you believe that you are an original American, that's fine. And if you want to share the knowledge on that and people finding that out, that's great. I'm not that though. And I respect, to the indigenous people of the Americas. I have some ancestry, but when I say African American, I mean that. African American. I love you, baby. Be well.
Honey, what are you talking about? Black Americans aren't immigrants. I keep seeing this all over TikTok where people are actually learning right now that African Americans are not immigrants. Our ancestors have been here for centuries. What are you guys learning? Who's teaching y'all? I am flabbergasted. My gasters are flabbered this week because people voted thinking the whole immigration situation was going to affect Black people first. Hello? Are y'all serious? I'm rarely stunned when it comes to things that Black people have to experience in this country, but this particular topic right here, with y'all thinking that we are immigrants, is something I just never had on my 2025 bingo card. Like, I'm stunned.
Man, what is up with the obsession of Black people, dog?
How do you think if you eat watermelon and drink grape Kool-Aid, you're more likely to somebody?
I don't think that's a true statistic.
It's true. It's true.
Are you trying to make stereotypes?
What's a stereotype?
No comment.
Talking about fully unprovoked. I'm pretty sure this man has never had a interaction with Black people to begin with. Since you want to talk about statistics, let's go there. So white males make up 31% of America. Yet they make up 71% of child acts. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all know what I mean by this. And this is actually facts instead of the 1350 rule, which I broke down. You can go check that out. Like, this is real deal facts. And I didn't even mention the comments, bro. Like, when people say racism don't exist, go into these videos and look at the comment section, bro. It'd be people with no profile picture. Just imagine how many of these people are doctors, lawyers. You know, these are their burner accounts. They really feel like this about us. So, especially my Black people that be coming here to my, oh, I don't see race. They see it, motherfucker. The obsession with Black people is extremely weird.
At the end of the day, I just want people to understand something. Identity is not up for debate. If someone says they are Americans, they should not be a public interrogation. History already did enough damage. Families were separated. Records were erased. Generations were forced to rebuild from nothing. So questioning people's identity like is a trend, especially during Black History Month, is bound to strike a nerve. And honestly, I don't think people are confused. I think they know exactly what they are doing because timing matters, word matters, and narrative matters. But here is the thing. The more you try to discredit people, the louder they stand in who they are. Black Americans are not confused about their history. They are not confused about their identity. And they definitely don't need validation from strangers on internet. Anyway, that's my take out on this. I want to hear yours. Do you think this is a coincidence or calculated? If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And turn on your notification bell so you don't miss the next conversation. See you in my next video.